Hello, Jeff Helvin here with Ballen Brands, and today I'm going to show you how to connect your Elementor lead forms to your FloDesk email marketing platform. So all we need here is really just a couple of plugins or a plugin to connect the two systems together. So first off, of course, we have to have an active FloDesk subscription. So if you have that set up, you also want to have in FloDesk set up your actual segment. So they're called segments. And so if someone were to register from this form, which segment do you want them to go on? So you want to make sure that's set up in FloDesk. And of course, once they're in that segment, whatever email marketing follow-up campaigns you'd like them to receive. So I am logged into a WordPress website that's using Elementor. So we're using the Elementor forms in order to capture leads, which we want to then automatically go in to the FloDesk email marketing platform. So first thing that we're going to do is we're going to actually just go over to plugins and we're going to click add new plugin. So we're going to type in FloDesk. And you'll see there's only the one option, so FloDesk for Elementor Pro. So I already have it installed here, so it just shows active and it's grayed out. Otherwise, it would say install, and then you could click activate. So once that's set up, then that's all you need to do. It's now in your plugins. And there's nothing more that we're doing actually in the FloDesk specific plugin. You'll see here, I can just deactivate it. It's really all I can do. But in Elementor, I actually have now integrations, or in this case, it's settings. So I click on settings, and I'm going to click on the integrations tab. So now that the FloDesk plugin is installed, you'll see other things here already like reCAPTCHA. These are things that are built into Elementor. Active campaign, ConvertKit, drip, get response. But now you'll actually see FloDesk as one of the options. So again, this isn't there unless we install that plugin, but now that plugin's installed, we have it there. Now, it says here we just need to put in the API key. It has to know what your specific FloDesk account is, of course, as opposed to somebody else's. So it's saying here that you need an API key, so I can click that link. It'll open a new tab, and it tells you about API keys, what is an API key, keeping them secure, how to create API key in your FloDesk account. So this is the section that you actually want. So here, it'll just say step 1, go to your account settings, integrations, API keys, and then click the create API key button. So you'll see here in the little interface, try to blow that up for you, we'll see under my account, integrations, and then under next to integrations, API keys, I click that, and then we click create API. So it says add a unique and descriptive label. This one, you might just want to put, website API or something like that so you know what it is. This one says if you're using the API to connect to your WordPress website subscriber form, then name the label WordPress or something similar, just so you know where you're using this API key, because you might use it in other integrations like Zapier or other third parties as well. All right, so you give it a name. You, of course, need to make sure you agree to their API license agreement, and then you click create API key, and then it basically creates one for you. And then at that point, you're just going to copy the actual API key. And then that's it. So once you've copied that, we're going to go back to here and we're going to paste it in to this specific area. Okay, so then I just go ahead and hit save changes and the API key is now connected. So that's all we're doing to make the connection as far as making sure that our WordPress website with Elementor is now able to talk to the FloDesk email marketing platform. All right, so now our next step is to actually create the form, or if we're going to edit a form that already exists. In this case, I'm going to create a form just so we can see how this works out for you from scratch. So I'm going to click add new page. I'll just go ahead and edit with Elementor because I want to use an Elementor form. So it's important that we're launching Elementor, not just using WordPress's built-in stuff, because then that's not the part that's connected. So specifically an Elementor form that connects to FloDesk. So now that I have that, I'm going to go here to my widget and I'm going to drag over a form widget. And of course, we can name the page and put more content around here. I'm just using this as an example for the actual connection. So we have name, email, and message. Okay, those are the defaults in here. I can change those, of course, with Elementor. We're allowed to do that. But let's just say that's fine. I have what I need here. We just got name, email, message. That's all I care about. That's all fine. Now what I'm going to do is we have this option down here called actions after submit. So once the form is submitted, once they hit send, what do we want them to do? Well, by default, Elementor has collect submission, so that's just going to store it in the Elementor database or in the, in the Elementor section of your WordPress database. And then also email. So it's going to email you. That's where these details are here, to email more information. So if you want to get email notified when that happens, you're going to set it up there as well. But in this case, we're just going to add here. See the little plus sign? So we're going to click the plus sign. And FloDesk is now one of the options. Again, this is not an option unless you have that actually installed. So I'm going to click FloDesk. So if that's missing, it just means you didn't connect it up with the plugin the way you think you did. So now that I added FloDesk, it pops up another option here that I can hit the little arrow. And now it's telling me which fields are which. So now if you notice here, we have email field as email, first name, and last name. So FloDesk has it broken up into first name, last name. And we do recommend that as a standard practice. So we have name, email, and a message. So for name, I'm going to go back up here to form fields. And I'm going to call this one first name. Okay, and then we'll just say first name. Oops. All right, so we got first name. So I changed that to first name, and then I'm going to go ahead and add. I can clone this one or whatever's easiest for you. You can clone it or just make a new field or whatever you want. Oh, I just deleted it. Let's change that back. So first name. We're going to make that required. And then I'm going to make this one 50% column because now I'm going to add another column, add item for last name. Last name, require that as well. And then I make this one 50%, and then it'll basically put them side by side. But I want to move them up, of course, too. So I'm able to drag and drop them. So I'm going to put last name, I want first name to go above last name. There we go. So now I have first name, last name, email, message. So now I'm able to go back down here to actions after submit, make sure FloDesk is in there. I'll click on FloDesk. And then now you see first name and last name. So these are the fields that are in there. Now this is where we add it to the actual segment. So we need to make sure that we've identified. So in this case, there's a segment in this particular FloDesk integration called website. So they know they're the ones that come in from the website. So I'll type that in. If you don't know for sure, like if it's, there's other ones, it'll just pull up all of your segments that you have in there. All right, so in this case, we're just doing website. All right, we'll go ahead and click the double opt-in. So that means basically you're consenting that they are aware that when they sign up for this, that they are basically consenting to get email communication. If you need to be extra careful with that, I can go back up here to form fields and add a checkbox that's required. That next to the checkbox, they have to check it, and it says by checking this box, you understand that you will get email marketing from our platform. So you want to make sure you follow whatever rules and laws that you need to follow there. And then but it gives you the option here to consider it a double opt-in. So you're already opting in here to that message. Or in FloDesk, if it's not, again, that's a FloDesk function now, whether they're double opted in or not, and whether or not there's more communication going to come from FloDesk. So again, part of FloDesk's platform, which I'm not in there now, I'm just showing you how to connect these together. So once I have that all done, then I'll go ahead and hit publish, and we're good to go. So when someone fills out that form, they'll put in their first name, last name, email. They can still leave a message. Maybe you have a pop-up form for a download, like a buyer or seller download form, something like that. You can have a buyer segment that it goes to. You can have them go to multiple segments if that's what makes sense for you as well. It doesn't have to just be one. It could be multiple segments. And then you have that connected. So if you have something set up in FloDesk to follow up once someone's added to the segment, then of course it'll all work seamlessly without you having to do any extra work after it's set up. So hopefully that helps you. If you have any questions on this or anything else, by all means, you can reach out to us at team@ballenbrands.com.